For question number 1 on the Skill Builder 3.1, it's asking us to multiply each of these polynomials. Question number 1 features a polynomial that has several different factors. So what we need to do is to look at how to work with each of the factors in order to use the distributive property, which is usually the easiest way to work with multiplication. Since this has a bunch of factors, we're going to start with the first factors that we see. There's an x and an x plus 2. So to multiply those is pretty straightforward. We'll just simplify by multiplying using the distributive property. X times x would be x squared, and x times 2 would be positive 2x. Now technically that factor, now merged together, is still multiplying the other factor of x minus 3. This is where many of us learn to use a distributive property strategy called FOIL, but there are definitely other ways you can do it as well. One way that I would recommend is by using a method that we're going to use multiple times during this unit, and that's to set up kind of a visual structure for multiplication. I refer to as the box. The box generally just keeps each of the terms that we need to multiply aligned along the top and the left-hand side of kind of like a generic little rectangle shape. So I'll put x squared plus 2x along the top and x minus 3 along the side. Although it doesn't even matter. You could put the x minus 3 on the top, x squared plus 2x on the side, totally okay. The way this works is simply by multiplying the top times the side and writing the product in the center here. So x squared times x would be x cubed. X squared times negative 3 would be negative 3x squared. 2x times x would be 2x squared. And 2x times negative 3 would be negative 6x. Now, it's the same thing as doing the distributive property with x squared times x squared times negative 3. You can see we get all the same terms. But the nice thing about organizing your structure in this way is that it helps keep your like terms organized. For example, you'll see the like terms of negative 3x squared and 2x squared, and they're lined up on this sort of diagonal here. So if you work with the diagonals, it'll show you anything that has like terms, and it'll show you anything that doesn't have like terms that you don't have to combine with anything else. So since I have all my terms already multiplied, I now just need to merge them together in one nice standard form. Since x cubed has no like terms, we know that x cubed is the first term of our polynomial. Then negative 3x squared plus 2x squared would be negative 1x squared, which I'll write as negative x squared. And then, of course, negative 6x doesn't have any like terms, so negative 6x is the last thing we write. Now that we have our polynomial, it's pretty straightforward to go back and check, but you could always redistribute the terms, or you could have distributed x plus 2, x minus 3 first, and then multiplied everything times x, and you would have gotten the same thing either way. This generic rectangle strategy, though, multiplying using the box, is a strategy that I'll use on question number 3 and 5 as well, in case you want to continue practicing using that method.